Hello everybody, this is Dragonzilla, and in today's review I will be taking a look at the newly released HG D Godzilla Set 06, or as I call it, Godzilla vs. Kong Gift Set 2021. Now before I begin, I will say that I was meant to have this set on my birthday in December, but why do I have it already? Well, that's because a few weeks after I pre-ordered, I saw Shinrobjira's unboxing of these figures, and he got 3 skull crawlers and 1 Godzilla. Worried that the same might happen to me, but I could get doubles and 1 or 2 of the same kaiju, I decided to bite the bullet and open them as soon as they arrived. But I'm happy to report that it didn't happen to me, and I got the whole cast. So the set contains Godzilla, Kong, a skull crawler, and Mecha Godzilla. The figures come in plastic hemispheres, and they also come with some accessories in the form of bases, destroyed buildings, fire pieces, and dust clouds. But we don't care about those, so let's just cut to the chase and look at the monsters. The movie was actually more focused on Kong, and since he was the star of the show, it makes sense that he should be the first Titan to look at. Now, miniature Kong figures are not that easy to come by, so if you want a 2-inch Kong for your collection, this will be your best bet and the most affordable. And I gotta say that this is a brilliant figure, possibly one of the best representations for not only Titanus Kong, but King Kong models in general. As we can see, he is in a bow pose, and he has his axe that contains a dorsal spine from a deceased member of Godzilla's species, the Titanus Gojira. Unfortunately, mine's warped. It was like that in the packaging. Either it will strain out in time, or boiling hot water will do the trick. The teeth are amazing for a Gashapon figure, and the scars speak for themselves. They're truly beautiful. Now, although Kong's main accessory is the battle axe, the other pieces are a grey base, the fire, which is an improvement from 2019 Godzilla, and this bit of boulder that has his fist print. Kong needs to have this item at all times because, well, as you can see in this picture, he will fall flat without it. And although it's the wrong incarnation of the character, he does look good with Gorosaurus and the giant sea serpent from King Kong Escapes. But sadly, there is no Mechani Kong. Overall, I really do like this figure, more so than Playmate's miniature, because that one doesn't come with the axe. He just stands there and roars at you, where Bandai's figure is ready for action. Will we ever get Gashapon figures of Toho's Kong, or any other incarnation of the 8th wonder of the world? Or will Titanus Kong be an exception? Only time will tell. Next up is the other star of the movie, the King of the Monsters, Godzilla. Now, when I first saw the promotional image for this figure, I at first thought it was going to be the same as 2019, but the pose had been swapped around. Well, I was half correct. It's similar, but there are some differences. 2019 has a lighter paint job, where 2021 is darker, and where 2019 has a kink in his tail, well, I'm happy to report that doesn't happen with 21, as his tail is curved round. I should point out that 21 Godzilla lacks teeth, where other incarnations possess them, and yes, they are present, but unless you look really hard, they seem to be absent and almost resemble gums, so you might as well call them Gumzilla. The dorsal spines give a translucent feel like 2019, however the spines on the tail have now been painted blue. If I were to have one criticism with this figure, I would say that would be the pose itself, and while I do like it, I feel that it's too similar to 2019, and if I were to make GVK Godzilla stand out from KOFM, I would have him looking straight ahead with his tail raised above. You know, just to make him a little different from his predecessor. And a while ago I did think that, but nevertheless the new Titanus Gojira figure has really grown on me a lot, and I think he's an improvement over 2019. I still like 19, but there's something about 21 which makes him feel like an improvement. The third figure is the Skullcrawler, or Skullcrawler Prime, as everybody seems to be calling it. And this figure took me by surprise because when this set was announced, it originally only showed Godzilla and Kong, as the other two figures were at the time anonymous, either because the sculpts hadn't been made yet, or Bandai wanted them to be a surprise. I pretty much knew who the third one was going to be, but the fourth I was expected to see either Godzilla Ultima from Godzilla Singular Point, who was due to appear in the upcoming Set 07 by the way, or some other Toho kaiju who has done the rounds a million times. But seeing the Skullcrawler was really unexpected and a nice surprise. I do have a Skullcrawler figure in the collection already, but that one is straight and doesn't feel that menacing, where this however is more like it, as Skullcrawlers are pretty fast and they are capable at opening their jaws very wide, as demonstrated on this figure. I like the paint job being a very dark grey with red and yellow mixed in. Skullcrawler Prime is shown to be charging aggressively, and aside from Godzilla, I guess you could say that it's another opponent for Kong to fight, as they do look great together. Is this a sign that we'll get more Hollow Earth creatures to go alongside Kong, like the Warbats and Hellhawks? And will we also get variants of the Skullcrawlers, like the big one from Kong Skull Island? Again, time will tell. And finally is the latest incarnation of Godzilla's mechanical doppelganger, Mecha Godzilla. Now, like I said earlier, the Skullcrawler was unexpected. However, Mecha Godzilla was different, because I knew that one of the new figures would be the most recent appearance of the character. At one time, I actually had a dream that the last two figures of this set were unveiled, and one of them was Mecha Godzilla. And I think this is how the figure looked in the dream. I don't really recall anything that seems out of place. This is how I pictured the figure to look. Out of all the figures from Set 06, Mecha Godzilla is without doubt my favourite. But it wasn't like that from the beginning, because when I first saw an image of the Monsterverse MG, I didn't like it. Well, that might be due to the fact that I saw the Playmates toy. But after seeing it in action during the movie, the design really grew on me. Even though I preferred the original 1974 Showa Mecha Godzilla all the way, and no other incarnation will ever beat it, not even this one, I really do have a soft spot for the Monsterverse incarnation, which to me looks like the Terminator, but in kaiju form. Well, even though Mecha Godzilla is really a mecha, but you guys know what I mean. This figure wasn't easy to assemble. I remember putting the legs in first, because the arms that I put in originally kept falling out, and as a result I had to come back to them. However, in the end, I managed to get them in, as you can see, and they've never popped out since. The paint job seems to reflect the on-screen counterpart very beautifully, and the pose is eerily similar to Godzilla's, but switched around, with the exception of the arms being stuck out. I don't know if this is intentional and to show that Mecha Godzilla is a mechanical mirror image of the king, or it's just a coincidence. Like I said, nothing will ever beat the original Mecha Godzilla, but I do like the Monsterverse incarnation. So final thoughts on HG D Godzilla vs Kong 06. I think this is a terrific set, especially if you're a fan of the movie. Kong is brilliant, Godzilla an improvement, Skullcrawler Prime is great, but Mecha Godzilla just takes the crown. And these figures from Bandai are just way better than the Playmate miniatures, because those figures look more like toys you get out of McDonald's Happy Meal. I got lucky on getting the whole set, but be warned that you may get doubles. I don't think it's a common occurrence. However, if you get doubles, just hop onto eBay and collect those who are on the missing list. The link to HG D Godzilla King of the Monsters will be in the description if you want to check out the review on those figures. This is Dragonzilla signing out. Take care and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.